What's the deal, everyone? Welcome to Learning on Site. And today we're going to be testing these two lenses made by Laowa against each other for the Sony A7 IV. All right, so the difference between these two lenses, APS-C to shoot 60 frames a second, slow down in post because the A7 IV has that crop. Full frame, 12mm, beautiful lens, super heavy, crystal clear picture, but you don't get to slow it down in post by shooting 30 frames a second. Well, you get to slow it down a tiny bit, but not near as much as this. Now, we all know I prefer that buttery smooth look of 60 frames slowed down, but we're gonna do some testing. Let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna wait until after I finish this shoot to jump back here into the office and discuss what I think about the footage once I've had a chance to grade it and of course see it on a big screen. So that will be much closer to the end of the video. Biggest difference you're gonna notice right away is the size of these lenses. This thing weighs about 10 times more than this little APS-C lens. The other thing you're gonna notice when looking through this footage is that the APS-C lens has this little cheap polarizer in the front because you can find them for very cheap. The other Laowa, the 12mm full frame, has a very bulbous front element, so it's much more difficult to get a polarizer. I do have one for my 12-24 Sony f4 that I shoot with regularly and that I'm filming this with. There is a polarizer on it right now, but that polarizer, I have not yet found an adapter for this, so that will be a big difference. I'm gonna try shooting at 30 because a lot of people do that. I see lots of people recommending this in my comments. I've done it before in the past and I've always preferred the 60 frames slowed down, but I am gonna be testing these two together right now just to get kind of a heads up view between the two. And I'll be putting them on frame as we do it. All right, today's video is sponsored by Fotello, but more on them later on in the video. I will be throwing up a lot of shots edited of this exact house through Fotello with none of my own edits, just so you can see what their processing looks like. All right, y'all, this is shooting on the Laowa 9mm APS-C mode, which means we are shooting 60 frames a second, 120 shutter speed. Our ISO is 3200, and we do have a circular polarizer, so take note of the floor. Let me get out of the frame so you can see more like what it looks like after I slow it down for client delivery. All right, now we've switched over to full frame mode. We are now shooting at 30 frames a second, which means our shutter speed is 60. And with all of that extra light added in, we're still at f4 for both lenses, just so you know, but it was much brighter. Also, look how much wider this 12mm is than the 9mm. Just something to notice. Also something to notice, look at the floors compared to the 9mm because there's no polarizer here. So this time we're actually shooting at ISO 500. So we did keep the two base ISOs to keep this image looking as clean as possible for you. Let me step back out of the frame, even though there's no real slowing down for this one, and just see what image looks better. All right, so I wanted to try a spot that is a little bit darker than the other place. So we are now still on the full frame, still same settings as before, except for now we're at ISO 3200, made that jump base up because once again, this is a much darker space. We did increase to f5.6 for this lens for this shot, just to give us that perfect 1.7 balance. Again, look at the floors with no polarizer, look at the width with this lens, and look at the clarity of the lens. And as I say that, you know what, let me just disappear back here so you can see it without me. All right, I guess if I was paying attention, I could have moved some of my work-related things out of the frame, but this shot is for you and not for the client, so I guess it doesn't really matter, right? If you can't tell, we're back to APS-C mode on the Laowa 9mm. Once again, notice the difference in the shape of the room and the size. Notice this one has a polarizer again, where the last one did not. One thing to keep in mind for this set of frames and the last set of frames, I did not move the tripod. So the extra frame gain is just from shooting full frame versus APS-C and the different lenses. Now, for this one, we're at f4. I did not want to bury it down to 2.8 because it gets a little fuzzy on this lens. Either way, I digress. f4, we had to crank up to 12,800 ISO to keep that 1.7 balance, like in the other shot. So notice a lot of differences, but is the grain unbearable? Let me get out of the frame just so you can see. Now that we're all done on site, let's talk about what we've learned. The way YouTube compresses stuff, it means that you might not have noticed any difference at all from that footage, but let me tell you, here on my side, I can definitely see it. Some of it has to do with the lenses themselves, and some I believe are actually to do with the crop factor of the A7 IV. Let's start with the lens issues first. Even though these are both Laowa 0D or zero distortion lenses, I can definitely notice a difference between the two. The APS-C lens having the worst distortion by far. You can notice it here in particular on these windows that run a large portion of the frame. There's a bit of curvature going on here that's not there in real life or on the 12mm full frame lens. The other big difference I see is the extreme vignetting applied by this 9mm lens. With or without the polarizer, it's there. And the 12mm version shows nothing when compared side by side. Now let's talk about the camera itself and how it performed in the two different shooting modes with the two different lenses. Now, keep in mind, I did not apply any noise reduction to any of the clips I'm showing you, even though I would do that for a client delivery. The thing that stood out the most to me is the APS-C mode had a significant color shift. It seems like the color information available to edit from in the APS-C clip is much less and overall has a much more magenta shift. It's visible in the final frame at least, and I have to adjust for that. Not just that, but the APS-C frames also have much more noise, even on the native ISOs that's supposedly gonna supply less grain. Overall, the picture was much cleaner, brighter, and more accurate in all of the full frame shots, but I could also notice when scrubbing through the footage that not having the ability to slow it down from 60 frames had an effect in how smooth my gimbal footage was for the entire property, at least from what I'm used to delivering. That's pretty much the end of the video. I hope you found some information that you were looking for. I've been asked for this topic matter a few times, so I thought it would be a good time to cover it up. This is like the end of December. We're all wrapping down for the end of the year. It's been a great year for me. In the comments below, let me know how the year was for you. Was this video helpful? Comment things you want to see in the future. Next year, I'm already building all of the video scripts that I'm going to be working on. So again, let me know if it was useful for you or if there was anything you still have questions about that you can ask the community down below. Remember to check out affiliate links and all that jazz. Thank you again to Fotello for sponsoring today's video. Not only are they today's sponsor, they are also the editing platform I currently use for all of my company's delivery. That's how much I trust them. I use them for my company deliveries. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great holiday season and I will catch you next time. Yeah, I'll catch you next time, which probably means I'll catch you next year. Peace out.